You know when you go fishing and you reel the fish in and you take it out of the water and what is it? What's it doing? It's flopping around like that, right? Exactly. Of course it is. Well, what's the difference between that and Damian Lee on that last shot? I don't see a difference. To be totally honest. Raptors lose 106-105 to the Golden State Warriors. And as much as I want to go on that whole tirade about how that's ridiculous, I hate flopping in this sport and it's ridiculous and it's a complete mumbo. It's some terrible calls tonight from flopping or lack of. They were flopping and the referees are calling fouls the other way, which doesn't make any sense. But anyways, the referees did not win this game today is what I'm trying to get at, but it's just some of the blatantly stupid calls are hilarious. Like Fred VanVleet laying hands on Draymond Green and him dropping like a sack of potatoes. I mean, I don't know how that makes any sense. The guy's got about, 9 inches on the guy and probably about 30, 40 pounds on him, maybe even more than that. That didn't make any sense. And on that last call, I don't know. We hear it's a superstar-driven league, and I'm thinking, well, Kyle Lowry or Damian Lee? Well, I think Kyle Lowry's got the edge there. But clearly that was not the case. And people will be like, well, it was a foul. Well, that's nice. But there's so many things you can look back in any basketball game and say, well, that's a foul that wasn't called. But that wasn't a foul that was called. It's terrible officiating. It's a rough sport to officiate. Whether you're the Golden State Warrior fans or you're Raptor fans or you're any fan in the NBA, we all know the officiating in the NBA is atrocious. And I just hate that flop around like a fish is the way they won this basketball game after the Raptors came back from 15 in that fourth quarter, and that is how the way you lose it. That is the way you lose it. I don't know where I was going there. But yeah, that's just the thing that gets me. But that's not how you lost the basketball game. There are quite a few reasons why the Toronto Raptors are now 2-7. We're going to start with the big glaring issue. Number one, they did not play 48 minutes, and that's something we've talked about all year long so far is you got to play 48. They played 12. They played the final fourth quarter, and that was it. They didn't play well in the first. They didn't play well in the second. They didn't play well in the third. Yeah, I understand. People are like, well, there were stretches there. Yeah, there were stretches. But I noticed there was a stretch of 4-point deficit to a 7-point deficit, and they just could not get past it. When they did get past it, in that fourth quarter, they eventually took the lead. Obviously, ended up losing the game, but they eventually took the lead. And it was for the longest time, they could not get past that gap. Every time they were making a shot, we were making a shot. And they went on a long run. We got it back, but it got down to like 5 or 6 in that range. And then went back up again, and it was a really weird game. But in the end, the Raptors did not shoot well enough in really all aspects. You did not shoot 35% from 3. You shot 41% from the field. And the big thing, the huge thing, you missed 8 free throws in this basketball game. 14 for 22. And people are going to say, oh, well, that's not the only... Look, especially because late in this basketball game, I saw Pascal miss 1 and I saw Lowry miss 2. He missed them all. He went to the trip to the free throw line and missed both. You can't be doing that late in basketball games when you're trying to get back in a ball game. You just can't. You can't afford that kind of stuff. Every point matters at that point, especially in the fourth quarter. And like I said, in the end, they didn't play well enough. They did a great job on Steph Curry, the team overall, including Curry's basically nemesis, Fred VanVleet, who did an incredible job tonight, both in the offensive end and the defensive end on Steph Curry, because Curry had nothing going. Absolutely not. He had 1 3 late in the game. But really, that was about it. He didn't really get any offense going. He was turning the ball over. He had a tough time on defense. He was really struggling today. Now, whether that's a credit of just having an off night or if that's Fred VanVleet and the way the Raptors played him or whatnot. But a lot of the other guys beat the Raptors. You saw Wiggins had a good game. You saw a lot of other guys making shots. And, I thought the Raptors, they had some positives in the game today. Absolutely. I thought Pascal played great once again. I think he was 1 rebound. No, I think he was like 21 or 23 and 11, something along those lines. You guys can get the exact numbers. I know I looked it up before the video, but my memory is terrible. I know Fred VanVleet, I think, had 21 in the game today. He was fantastic. Lowry was nowhere to be found in the first 3 quarters. I don't think he had a single point in the first 3 quarters. And then in the fourth, he had 17. He comes flying out in the fourth quarter, leading the comeback. But it would have been nice to see him fire some in there, earlier in the ball game and making those 2 free throws, because that would have really helped out the case. But obviously it didn't happen, unfortunately. OG Anunoby only had 10 in the ball game. He's really struggling with his offense. I mean, he is so inconsistent. And Norman Powell got the start. And, he was 3 of 8. He had 9 points. Didn't really get a whole lot going for Norm. Usually in the starting unit, he's kind of flying out there, looking great. But he was missing some easy shots. And that's what you can't do if you're Norman Powell. Because you preach about playing in the starting unit, you get out there, you make it happen. The bench, other than Chris Boucher, didn't really give you a whole. I think Boucher was, 16 and 8 and had 5 or 6 blocks. But unfortunately, and there's a big... it hurts to say it because he fouled out in this ball game with a minute or 2 left in the game, and I think that was a really big factor down the stretch because he was a force on the inside. Nobody went down. Whenever somebody went down there, he was there to meet them, whether it was a contest or whether there was a denial. He looked awesome tonight, and by all the Watanabe comments in the last video, I think those are going to be pretty quiet now because I don't think he played the greatest. He had a couple of nice possessions, one great contest on Curry leading to a Raptor ball out of bounds. But other than that, a couple of bad ones. He baited, Curry taking a 3, jumps out at him, and it's like, Stanley Johnson missing a couple free throws. I think there was one play where it was the clear path foul, or no, it was the flagrant. I can't remember what it was. They had 2 shots and the ball. And out of all that, you get 1 point. He made 1 free throw, missed the other, and then you had to turn the ball over when you get the ball. I'm like, that is a horrendous scenario in that situation. So there were a lot of things you could look at in this game and say, hey, the Raptors, didn't really play well today. They played a great fourth quarter. Great defensively, great offensively, and Pascal almost had that shot to go down at the end. You can't blame him for that shot. He did what he did. He got a good look. It kind of went down and popped out. I mean, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. He had a great game. He had a fantastic basketball game. He was all over the place, aggressive as usual. The last, 4 games or so, Pascal has been electric, and I'm hoping this can continue. I'm hoping this is the Pascal that's here to stay. But again, like I said, lots of great things to take away from this game today, but you lose, and you're now 2-7. Things are not looking good for the Toronto Raptors. This is a shorter season, only 72 games, and you're already starting the year 2-7, and excuse me, you just played the first night of a back-to-back and lost by 1. It hurts. Now, you're taking the Portland Trail Blazers tomorrow night. It's a 10 o'clock tip-off in Portland. That video will be uploaded to you guys. Don't worry, it'll be uploaded tomorrow night post-game because I don't work the next day, so I'm able to stay up and watch that, so that's great for me. But I don't know what to expect there. Damian Lillard, I think the last time we faced Damian, was that where we hold him to single digits or whatnot? I can't remember what happened, but Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard, my favorite player in the NBA, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion, guys. I love the doesn't say a whole lot, but when he makes his shots, he lets it be heard. And he's a fantastic player, him and CJ McCollum and Nurkic. And they're just a great team over there in Portland. I don't know, I haven't even checked to see how they're doing this year. But no matter what, you're playing a good team. And the Raptors are 2-7. They're not playing good basketball. They're not winning ball games. I think it's period, right? You came out there, you win today. Let's say Pascal hits that shot. The narrative on here is totally different. They've won 2 straight. They're 3-6. They've won the first night of the back-to-back. They're feeling good. Pascal's back and clutch, right? There's a totally different scenario, but he doesn't get the shot, and now we're talking completely different. So it's so hard to kind of go off of one shot there that didn't go in for the Toronto Raptors. But hey, that's sports for you, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game overall, because it was an entertaining game for sure. It was a great basketball game, but don't like the way it ended, smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. Guys, go nuts in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this game. What'd you like from the Raptors standpoint? What'd you not like from the Raptors standpoint? Were you impressed with somebody? Were you not impressed with somebody? Because I didn't see anything from Malachi Flynn or Terrence Davis or whatnot. They didn't give you anything off the bench. Again, bench scoring. We talked about it as the 3 key things. Perimeter defense. Well, he did a pretty good job today. They didn't shoot the 3 very well. Whether they were wide open or not, they didn't make their shots. That's fine. From your 5 position, well, Pascal played the 5. So, so he did pretty good. Boucher came off the bench. So I guess your 5 spot gave you pretty good minutes here today. Then your bench scoring. Other than Boucher, you didn't really get much. And their bench played extremely well. Another factor why the Raptors lost, right? So comment down below, guys. Go crazy what you want to talk about when it comes to the Toronto Raptors, all right? Twitter's down below for myself, guys. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram page is down in the description, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, ready for this? Leafs edition. Yes, sir. Leafs, we will be talking season preview. It'll be on Tuesday. I'll be doing that video for you guys because Game 1 of the season goes on Wednesday against the Montreal Canadiens. So on Tuesday, I'll be doing the season preview for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And as for our Toronto Raptors, I'll be doing the video tomorrow as they're in Portland taking on the Trail Blazers. 10 p.m. tip-off in Portland, Oregon. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.